We are here today because we have a migrant community here in Harlem, primarily West African Black young men, some women, who are here because they want to find out how they can get to work, how they can get registered, how they can get ID, how they can get a path to citizenship, a path to employment. And that's so important. That's what so many people come here for. We want to see that happen for them because they want to work. They're here. They want to get out of the shelters. They want to get a pathway on to citizenship and be able to work legally in this country. You have a situation where they need a lot of language assistance. That is not English, that is not Spanish, and there are other languages that we need to focus on to make sure that we're serving this population. They also tend to come as individuals. They're not necessarily families with children, so those services are not being geared towards them. They're also, for the most part, many from West Africa are Muslim. They're from another faith. They have different customs. They have different different dietary needs, and those things have not been paid attention to. In fact, the West African community and other Black migrants have really been invisible in this whole situation. So we want to make sure that they're seen, they're here, and that we're attending not only to the concerns of the migrants that we're already familiar with, but also attending to their concerns as well. You know, there is systemic racism that does play a part just on the basis of no one even letting you open your mouth, just looking at you and you're Black. We know that has always been an issue. Even in the immigration field, there has been that issue historically. When we look at how many Haitians were treated as they tried to get into the country, and even after they got here. So now we have an African migrant population. Africans may not have the infrastructure that many other ethnic groups may already have, and they need help in creating that and getting those services. Everyone's life is important. Everybody's needs need to be looked at. We didn't create this. We don't have control over what's happening in our borders, but we do have control about how we respond and what we do in our own community. So we have been fighting. First of all, there are some countries where people are coming from where we think TPS status is needed and it should be designated. So we have been contacting our federal officials to ask them to consider more countries where there is obvious conflict, publicized conflict, and reasons why people are here seeking asylum. We're also asking them to give New York City the money that we need to take care of this crisis. The brunt of this is on New York City and other large cities, particularly those headed by Black mayors. Okay, that's not fair. We're here, we're struggling, we're doing what we can do, but you have to give us the money. We're also trying to ask the federal government to help us with a way to expedite the road to citizenship or the road to work authorization for this population. While they're here, let them work. They need to work. They want to work. Let them be able to have that pathway. Those are some of the main things that I've been working on. I've also been working with our governor from this state. Yes, again, she doesn't control what has happened, but you see New York City is struggling. And in this budget, thanks to the work of many advocates, and including myself, there was an allocation and appropriation of money into the budget to help with the migrant crisis in New York City, who's seeing it more than any other part of the state.